Welcome back to Fast Money. The Pfizer vaccine rollout continuing across the nation at this hour, and we got some big news today on another vaccine maker. The FDA ruling Moderna's COVID vaccine is safe and effective, setting the stage for it to be potentially approved for emergency use. That ruling could come as soon as Friday. But Moderna closed deep in the red today, and just moments ago, Jefferies hit the stock with a big downgrade. Let's bring in the man behind that call. Joining us now is Michael Yee, the biotech analyst over at Jefferies. Michael, great to have you with us.
Great to be here.
You had been a big believer in the stock before, and part of that was this mRNA platform, which is now proven through this vaccine. But it sounds like you think the market has already appreciated that, and that's in the stock?
Absolutely. It's great to be here with you guys. I mean, you pull up the chart, it has been a phenomenal run. Stocks hit 60 billion in market cap. I think it's number 3 now in terms of the biggest biotech on Wall Street. And I think expectations have gotten ahead of itself. So we're downgrading here, and I think with the launch ahead and more data coming from competitors, I think it's a timely time to take profits.
So the competition is increasing. We're also entering an execution phase, if you will, in terms of the manufacturing, which is always fraught with unknown risks, Michael. But I'm wondering if bigger picture, if the best days for Moderna's stock may be behind it, at least for now, in so much that, even for vaccines, there's always pricing pressure on vaccines. They don't stay at $20 a dose or whatever it is, $20 to $40 a dose forever. It always comes down, and that is Moderna's business, vaccines, things that naturally come down in price.
I think that's a huge part of the concern as well. I would also emphasize the fact that expectations are high just with the launch, probably starting Monday. I think they're going to put up big numbers, and there's a lot of expectation. And I think as we go through the year, pricing concerns are certainly on the minds of investors, particularly as other vaccines come out. For the time being, they've benefited because some of the other vaccines like AstraZeneca have not been as good. And so people still think they're the best. Look, I think they're great, but others are coming, and I think investors are very nervous about that.
Michael, I respect the downgrade. Good for you for being in front of something. I think your price target is $90, and that suggests, obviously, a significant decline from where we are, if I'm correct. Is there an upside, though, that you have in sort of the best case scenario, sort of off the risk spectrum or one side of the bell curve where this stock can continue its meteoric rise?
It's a great question. So the downgrade was just today, but we did up the target to 150 just to be more in line with where we're at conservatively. But the big case I think people are waiting around the corner is if you see that either Pfizer somehow has a big manufacturing slip up and you're seeing some of the media reports out, right? Maybe they didn't order enough. Maybe they can't make enough for the United States, or that J&J and AstraZeneca, which are coming in the first quarter, maybe January. If those aren't very good, everyone's going to say all there is left is Moderna, and the stock is going to go up a lot. But we think they're going to be positive. We think the expectations are high, but pay attention to that coming around the corner.
Hey, Michael, it's Pete Najarian. Quick question for you. Is there a name right now that you're looking at in biotech that you think is undervalued, underappreciated right now? Because the one thing that we have been seeing is we've seen a lot of big pharma names that are scooping up various other companies, whether they're biotech or vaccine, therapeutics, whatever it might be. But is there an area right now that you say, you know what, I think there's a few names that are just not being appreciated the right way because they've got a great pipeline or whatever the case?
Yeah. Look, I think there's two in mid-cap land. One is Beam, ticker BEAM. You've seen a lot of gene therapy and a lot of interest in gene editing. That's got the next wave of gene editing, so check out Beam. And another one is Morphic, ticker MORF. They've got a new oral pill for ulcerative colitis. That's about $1 billion market cap. Huge partnership with AbbVie, and they've got some data around the corner on a new ulcerative colitis pill. So a lot of interest in mid-cap. There was another M&A takeout this morning of a gene therapy company. So we're optimistic about where biotech is going. I know there's been a big breakout. I know 2021 is going to be very, very good for these companies, but pumping the brakes on Moderna, like you said at the beginning of the segment.
Just quickly, Michael, for those who want to invest in either curing or vaccinating against COVID, is there a trade at this point, or is that pretty much over?
I think that there are going to be waxing and waning of the sentiment around the group together. There's some other companies like Altimmune, which has an intranasal one, ticker ALT. I know Novavax also has their data coming. these stocks have all risen over the last 6 or 12 months. So it's going to be really hard to sort of pick the winners amongst these. And I think that a lot of the sentiment, again, has already been appreciated over the last few months. Pull up some of these charts.
Yeah. Michael, great to speak with you as always. Thank you.
Great to be here, guys. Thanks.
Michael Yee of Jefferies. Tim, where do you go in healthcare?
Well, first of all, echoing the praise for nailing a stock and then putting the brakes on when there's a difficult road ahead for the valuation, except identifying where in oncology and prophylactic vaccines these guys still are very well positioned. I think you stay with the IBB. I mean, a multi-year breakout is a way you get exposure to a number of these names where there are decent balance sheets, and in some cases where at least the valuation argument is still very, very strong. So I like the IBB here.
All right.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.